sassy, a little bit crazy, a little bit classy. We got dreams and we got goals. We're just a couple of old sassholes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We're really going now.
Oh, my God. I've never felt so professional in my entire life.
It's really...
Oh, wait. We should say, okay.
Who we are?
Yeah.
You think we should? We're like, we feel so professional. Let's talk for 20 minutes before we announce
that we are a couple of sassholes. This is our true crime podcast. My name's Brooklyn Maple.
And I'm Heather Terry. That was a little rusty.
It was. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
And it's also different now because we are actually in a recording studio.
We really are. Thanks, Chad Benefield.
We just happened to pull in Heather first, then myself, and then Chad. And it was like, oh, this is like a divine intervention.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, we work at a radio station. So we now finally get to take advantage of the equipment.
Because there's literally 5 production studios, and we have been using JT's microphone for
Which
a
has
year.
been great.
It has been wonderful, but there's so many things.
Up, I feel like.
Yeah, well, we had so many errors, if you will. Every single time we hit the table, we had one microphone. So if one of us talks louder than the other, i.e. moi, then it was always this. It's you.
Which is funny because I'm loud, but.
Yeah, but apparently not on our podcast.
Apparently not.
So I'm excited to hear this one.
But anyway, it was so official.
I do too, and we're like not on each other's net sacks.
I know.
Though, that was my favorite part.
That was your favorite part, but not today because it's really hot in here.
It is hot in here.
My glasses are fogging up. So
there would be the day that we were like sweatshirts, t-shirts, everything.
No,
we have
like
a plethora
of
clothing.
We have to pause it and go home so I can go get my bathing suit.
That would be so weird
if I just sat here in my bathing suit. Well, yeah. So I'm just getting over the flu. So ignore any of the extras that you might hear that I'm going to try to cut out.
Yes. So Heather was out sick last week because the flu has been running rampant through Owensboro, Kentucky.
Still bouncing back.
I am still obviously stronger than everyone else.
Oh, here she goes. Here this bitch goes.
I was with Heather the entire time that
You literally did it at ground zero.
I did because I was with our boss. We both walked into our office. We both talked to her. I spent more time with her. She ended up having the flu. Didn't know, obviously.
Yeah. And then
Heather got it.
Thought I was hungover. Thought I was just getting old and couldn't hang anymore. But it was the flu, which actually made me feel better.
So she spent the night at my house that night and hung out and was like, it's just a hangover. It's just a hangover. And then it's like, oh my God, you're so sick. Fucking fuck. I'm so glad that we did this at my house.
Yeah.
And then somehow I'm still just a beast.
Good for you.
It's I don't know what to say about it. Strength that continues.
Either way, thanks for letting us take a break.
Yeah, a forced break.
A break, unless you want to hear me talk like this.
Yeah, well, we're rushing through these. Who knows how it's going to turn out? Because originally we were going to skip next week because I leave to go visit my sister with my mom in West Virginia on Thursday. So who knows?
Oh, I forgot you're going to be gone for 4 days.
I am.
What am I going to do?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to do. I know that my sister, Brittany Marshall of West Virginia, is going to have a great time having me there. And my mom. Hopefully my mom doesn't cancel on me. My mom is a shady friend. She is that woman that will cancel on you last minute, just waiting for something better to come along.
Oh my gosh.
I love my mom, but there's a chance. Whenever I come back, I'll be like, well, it was just me.
Does this mic make you, probably not you, because me, it makes me want to like sing. Like,
I
feel like
absolutely
I should record.
Does not make me want to sing.
I feel like I should like record my EP in here. You want me to start?
What's
singing?
an EP?
What does it mean?
I have no
stand for? It's like an album.
I've
it's like a short album.
Cool.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Someone tell us, because I'm not going to look it up. I've just heard people say it in the biz.
I hear all the biz.
Because now that I'm in a recording studio, I'm in the biz.
Yeah.
So.
100%. So we have some beverages. Wait, first, hold on.
What?
Thanksgiving was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. My turkey was moist and supple.
Ew.
Supple.
Don't do that.
So
supple.
God, that made me so happy. That's the reason I started a podcast with you, sis.
Was
that
it?
right there. Yep.
Just for the whistle?
Yep.
Oh, that's it. I didn't know it was that easy.
Well,
whatever.
My reputation.
What'd you say?
I said my reputation. It was a slutty joke towards myself.
Okay, good.
I slut shame myself as a joke because I'm in a committed relationship and not a slut.
Wow. Jokes are funnier with disclaimers.
Yeah. I mean, I just like to keep going. I just want to travel down that rabbit hole, if you will.
Yeah. Well, Thanksgiving was great too. I didn't have to cook anything but desserts. It was great. Had a large time at my sister-in-law's.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great holiday weekend. Now we get to go back into the office with no one giving two shits to be back in the office. That's how I feel. After Thanksgiving break, I'm like, all right.
That's when everybody's like, we'll talk about it next
holiday.
year.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I've already started to get that answer at work.
Yeah. Well,
oh well.
And here's your. So the drinks today.
Oh,
we have Stella Rosa. So Sam's Club. Hashtag Sam's Club. Hashtag members only.
Oh my God, here
hashtag
she goes.
I love Sam's.
Sam's Club is, what'd you say?
Hashtag
Sam's
members
Club
mark.
Your baby daddy or something?
If I could go get a baby daddy that was a store, it would be Sam's Club.
Yeah, I think so.
I was just there yesterday.
This is like a little, you're going to have to do it. I can't see.
Oh, it's okay. So it's a little 4-pack of the, it's a 4-pack, sis. Heather goes 5.
There's 5. Fucking 5.
It's a 5-pack of little baby bottles of champagne, or not really champagne because, champagne with my campaign. We don't really have champagne.
Wow.
So it's a little 5-pack, all different flavors. I have the Stella Peach. Heather has the reach really far away to find it.
I know, Moscato Rosé. And it's a cute little bottle.
They are twist off and resealable, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't have ice in mine, and it's real loud. Cheers. Did you try yours? Is
Yeah,
that
I
what you're
did.
staring at me? Oh.
I was also I have ice and mine doesn't seem nearly as loud of a cup. My cup is also from Sam's Club.
Well, yours is that's plastic, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why. Mine's metal.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's it's metal.
Yeah. That's delightful. My drink is great.
Yeah, it's good.
You don't have to drink that directly into the microphone.
I know.
Though, too.
Well, I mean, I'm used to it.
You're like,
I know. ASMR.
like, or you can just lean
Mukbang. I know. How about you go first? Would you like to? Or do you want me to?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay. I give 0 fucks.
Yeah.
We all know this. Let's talk about the fucks that I give. The topic today.
You looking for him? I'm like sweating.
I understand. I'm wearing a sweat belt. I'm literally wearing a sweat belt with sweating shit on my stomach.
Right now?
Yeah. I put it on whenever I woke up because I was
sauna.
just like, I'm going to do it because it's chilly and we had the doors open and we were like cleaning, wrapping presents. So much shit was happening. You know how we like to do in Maple Manor. Wake up, go crazy.
Yes.
As insert Heather's eye roll. And so anywho, I put that on and then I was like, I'm not going to take it off. I might as well give the opportunity to sweat a little more. Thinking it'll be freezing in this office because it always fucking is. Well, now it's 102 degrees.
I
just bumped it. We got new thermostats installed this weekend. We have a Nest over here. I was like, it's fancy. It's also so high up. I needed a fucking step ladder. I think there's a reason for that.
Definitely like Spencer height.
100. It's Spencer and Ben height.
It's right outside. Yeah.
We have like some 6'2" guys here that are like super tall, and they're like, that's a normal spot for a fucking thermostat on the ceiling.
Brooklyn and I are doing acrobatics. Like
I was like, here,
on my shoulders.
I was like, do you remember what cheerleading was like? Let me just give me a little stance.
Look
here.
at me. No.
Okay, whatever.
I do not.
Insert Brooklyn's eye roll. Okay, so Heather had picked you had picked the show, right? Like Deadly Women.
I just picked Deadly Wives because I was watching that show during my flu-demic. Beside when I had to take a break from 90 Day Fiance.
And Deadly Wives is on Hulu.
Deadly Wives is on Hulu. There's a million seasons. How many? Because you did the last.
I did Deadly Women. I didn't do Deadly Wives. Yeah. Yeah.
Deadly Wives. Deadly Women is also a good show.
It is. Mm-hmm. Yes.
But we did that, and then I saw one that I liked and picked it.
And then I apparently picked Deadly Women and not Deadly Wives. And so
it's okay, though.
I thought you said women. I never heard wives because I was like, I don't really want to do wives. So I specifically found a woman and didn't pick a wife because I was like, I want something. I didn't want to do a mom either. I feel kind of over.
I don't even know if this bitch has kids. I wasn't concerned.
I get that. I don't know. I was just like, let's just pick one out. So mine's pretty weird.
We just did it. I mean, we've been on the October... the witchy train. Like, we just needed a minute. Like, there's murder. We promised there's murder. There you have it.
Yeah. And that is what you needed.
I mean, I feel, yeah, exactly.
I'll Google some Christmas murders later, but right now.
Oh, yeah. I have a couple up.
Really? Oh, your short sleeves. Can't wait to see those topple right out of there.
What?
Okay, so I did Deadly Women, and my episode was Kill the Competition. Okay. And so season 3, episode 6. Deadly Women is also on Hulu, and it had 13 seasons, so I just snatched me up one towards the end of the, towards the end. What was it?
Ooh.
Oh, it's going to be good. I'm like, ooh, 2 sips of champagne. My party arm is going strong.
Oh my God, I love when it does though.
Oh my God.
Excited. I'm so
I'm like, it really
excited.
can't because I passed 4 cops on the way here.
Well, it's fine.
Coming in hard and fast, like the
just-
champagne into my bloodstream. Let's
Like-
rock and roll. Oh my fuck. And then I want to jump into that. And okay, also Works Cited is that show, and then also Murderpedia and Wikipedia. But I also just want to say that we did Black Friday shopping
Yes.
and it was exhausting. So then I went back out on Saturday and I was like, I think I maxed out. Like met up with Mallory too at one of the stores, Hobby to the Lobs.
But Black Friday, I don't feel like it was
So
exhausting
crowded.
when we went to Evansville. It wasn't too terrible.
So Heather bought 2 things.
Yeah.
I bought 67 things. And I do think that the amount that you procure adds to the exhaustion of the experience.
Well, I had fun.
I had a great time, but I was like, afterwards, man, I got home. I was like, I don't want to be around people. Then whenever we went out Saturday, my patience for it was so much smaller. I was like, okay, I see why people online shop. Indeed, Aruski.
My favorite thing to do.
Yes.
Because that's what I did Saturday.
Yeah, Travis did a lot of that too. I snatched up some things. I think I'm done. I actually think I'm done. I've wrapped a ton of presents this
I'm
morning.
done with yours. I have one more and like 2 more things for your stocking. But other than that, I'm done. Done with you. That's it. This is the last episode. Now that we finally get into a studio. I'm
Right.
Like,
And now
I'm
we know.
over
what I
it.
mean. Yeah. Well,
It
that's
sounds
not
too
funny.
good. I'm over it now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how about I tell you about my story instead?
Oh, yeah. Let's do that.
Have you
Okay.
ever heard of Mary Jane Fonder?
What? What is her name?
Mary Jane Fonder. And I'm sure as I get halfway through this, I will start saying founder because I'll be a little drunk.
Or Fondle.
No. When I was reading it in my head, I kept saying founder.
Okay.
So Fonder, everyone, Mary Jane Fonder. So this one is going to tickle your pickle because it's kind of fucking just, it's super sad, super fucked up.
Tickle your.
I love Deadly Women because it's so like, I just really want to be one of the actresses on there.
Me too.
It'd be such a good time.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
But I don't know.
What else? You know what else I want to do? The before on a. Whoa, was that your neck?
Yeah.
Oof.
Hopefully nobody heard that, but Heather just called
heard
it out.
You know, there's like a neck cracking fetish person that listens.
ASMR. Okay.
Listen to that vertebra.
Yeah.
You just gave me the weirdest.
That was so entertaining. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. All right. So look and listen, bitches. Okay. So she was born July 5th of 1942 to Alice and Edward Fonder III of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. She had a brother named Edward. Her dad was a machinist and her mother was a proofreader. And then I kind of wanted to just unpack that she was a proofreader.
What is it?
I mean, ad agencies have a proofreader. Like it's people who have to read all the brochures and all your shit before
So you
they
don't
go out.
write it, you just have to go over it?
Yeah. Or it could also be for books. Now that would be a really fucking boring job. I love reading, but not
would
enough to try
like
to
that.
I would never want to have to like
You
fix
wouldn't get to
grammatical
pick
errors.
which ones you would read, though, too.
Yeah, but it's like, oh, is that a period, a comma, an apostrophe? I don't fucking care. I'm just here to read. Anyway. So she had some experience She had experienced some emotional problems during her childhood, as they all do in the crazy shit that we learn about. When she was 8, her family had purchased a second home in Springfield Township, which was like the small rural town in Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
Second home.
I know. That's what, and I didn't find anything about her, like why she had emotional problems. I just think she was a little off. You know what I mean? Because that always happens too. We've met him.
yeah.
We know him. So she attended John Bartram High School in Philadelphia.
Okay.
But she had issues with doing her schoolwork for emotional issues that she had. She was also institutionalized for 1 month during her childhood after attempting to commit suicide by overdosing on chloral hydrate. Yeah.
Wait,
and I'm
what's
like,
that?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, sis. I didn't. I mean, it could be anything like antifreeze or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But shortly afterward, she dropped out of high school, and then she just found that it was so much harder to like handle social situations. So she just is a wingnut.
It sounds like it.
I mean, poor thing. But I just don't know what happened. There's not enough information as to like, or let me just rephrase that. I didn't dig hard enough to find out. If you watch the episode, like, whoa.
I'm going to
Oh,
now.
you've got to. So she worked various jobs during her early adulthood, including she worked at a ceramic studio, department store, various knitting factories, and the J.P. Lippincott publishing company, where she was a punch card operator.
What?
A punch card.
like you're just making up all these
I
jobs.
mean, okay, so I literally I wrote in here. I was like, I wonder how much they got paid. Did I just take your punch card and punch it and
So
then give
you
back?
clocked me in?
That's what I think, because I think back then people could have lied. Like I could have taken yours. Like I'd be like, oh, Heather was on time too, because you know she's not. Click, right? But do you know what I mean? Like that's what I
I'm
think.
never on time. You're right.
And I mean, I get there getting paid like 25 cents. I don't fucking know.
I mean,
But anyway, look at this crazy shit.
okay.
She didn't even start dating until she was in her late 30s.
Ugh.
And shockingly enough, she never formed any serious romantic relationships.
What? Wow. Her late 30s. I mean, I would have probably.
That's like me.
I kind of wish I could have skipped my early 20s of dating.
Oh, I was married.
Oh.
I was married in my early 20s.
Yeah. I wish I could have skipped mine.
There's a lot of people I wish I could have. We're not a lot. A normal amount. Yeah. Yeah. Well. So in 1987, at age 45, she moved back to Springfield Township to care for her aging parents. In 92, her mother had a leg amputated due to circulation problems, but unfortunately the surgery went badly and she ended up dying just 4 months after, and she was in a coma from it.
Wow.
So none of this stuff is in the show.
Okay.
And so there's so much like that they squeeze into, I don't know. There's just like a tiny bit squeezed into that show that you look more into. And it's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So
same.
let's talk about her dad going missing.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Edward, founder the third, he became super depressed after his wife died, and he started fighting with his daughter more often. She later claimed that their relationship became damaged beyond repair after 2 of Edward's elderly cousins visited from the Philadelphia area and harshly criticized how Mary Jane ate chicken.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I put,
What?
shall we unpack this?
Yeah, 100%.
These are one of those things where I'm like, it's Murderpedia like Wikipedia. Did fucking John 123 like write that in? Because I want to know more. I want to know more. I just want to know more.
Big Poppy 6'9" or something. Not
that's
John 123.
Well, I don't insert whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, see, now we don't have to worry about it. All the noises. I just got really excited.
I saw it.
Okay,
So
how do you harshly?
If you saw a photo of her,
I mean, I would probably do that. I hate watching people eat meat off the bone.
well, I don't know.
You know?
But she was like real
What?
homely looking.
What does that mean?
She's a
What do you mean?
big homely girl.
She thick girl?
Big homely girl. There's big and there's thick. She's a big girl.
Okay.
And she also liked eccentric wigs, ill-fitted wigs. So she would wear, once more, wigs that did not fit her and were very apparently wigs. So there's a lot. I don't know how I can only assume based off of what I experienced in the 30-minute episode of Deadly Women, season 13, episode 6, that she was weird. Her lawyer.
I want to see a photo.
You're gonna have to Google. Yeah. She threw it on the floor across from. So anyway, I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna assume that her older cousins made fun of her and her dad didn't stick up for her because she probably ate it like a fucking hyena.
I need to know. Okay. Anyway,
Yep.
I'm gonna think
We're
about
gonna
that
keep
later.
All right. Next time you eat chicken. On August 26, 93, the 80-year-old Edward Fonder, fucking Foxy, Fonder, third, disappeared from the Springfield Township residence he shared with his daughter. So Mary Jane Fonder claimed that she had heard the front door open while she was lying in bed in the morning and believed that her dad was like just stepping outside to get the newspaper. But then she goes back to sleep. She wakes up around 11 a.m. because apparently she doesn't have shit to do and found that her father wasn't there. And so she contacted the police and unsuccessfully searched for her father with the assistance of her neighbors. The police were super suspicious of Fonder's claims that her father had just wandered off, partially because the elderly man had trouble moving by himself.
Oh.
And had no money or access to his medication.
Oh.
Yeah. So she became the primary suspect for a possible homicide of her father. The investigation was led by Springfield Township police officer Kimberly Triol. During one interview in her home, Triol discovered a bucket filled with pinkish water along with towels and a mop. She also found the corpse of a dog wrapped in fucking plastic inside of her freezer.
No.
I love how that's how she responds. To the dog, but not the ailing father. It's okay.
I am desensitized to the other part, I think.
But not to, okay. All right. So Fonder also displayed a taser gun in a non-threatening manner to Triol during one of their interviews. So, wingnut. But anyway, I don't even know. So originally she had cooperated with the police in their investigation, but she ceased contact with them after she perceived that Triol had attempted to elicit a confession from her. So in 94, about 6 months after her father disappeared, she voiced her displeasure with the police tactics, claiming that they had forced her to hire a lawyer and to ban the police from the property. So for decades, there was just like at the end of this, that's kind of it. Like nothing happens.
What?
She doesn't go to jail. She's just like, poo on you, police. And they're like, okay.
What? ...
And so it continues.
Oh, okay.
It really doesn't. But that story almost ends there. So for decades, like she just struggles so hard to fit in. Emotional isolation and cold rejection by like church members. Like she basically had just like white noise from all the shittiness that was going on in her life. She was a huge member of the church. Basically really didn't have anything else going on in life. So she was like, I'm just going to commit myself to the church. And just, she had she had issues with boundaries. And so she felt like what the researchers and stuff had said, like basically she tied onto the church because she knew that they were going to be more forgiving of her because they are a church.
Oh.
Yeah, like in our friend group, if you want to be a ding-a-ling, then like no one's going to talk to you. But at church, you feel obligated and you feel like, I need to help her.
A member of a group.
Yeah. And so she just continued to cross boundaries and didn't really learn from her weirdness in the first place. So she ended up losing her job as a home health care aide. And her relationship with her brother, who they had shared a home, it grew increasingly strained. Her
what? Carpet.
Carp.
She had fish.
Yes.
What?
Her car kept.
Oh. She started breeding fish.
She was like, I need friends.
Carp.
Yes. I mean,
for church, they're holy fish.
Yeah. Okay. So anywho, where was I?
Okay.
Her car kept needing repairs and it was becoming like a financial burden. So at the same time, there was this awesome lady who, how did I just lose? I'm trying to find her name.
Lois Lanolin.
I didn't put her name like
Lisa.
Rhonda.
Close. I got one letter right.
This is a tasty treat. We never talked about the drink.
What?
Just a random thought. Well, mine's fucking
Your
refreshing as a
random
motherfucker. Anyway, so she still keeps going through like her internal issues. But this girl, Rhonda Smith, she's 42. She joins the church as well.
Okay.
But not before the sexy, tall pastor, Gregory Shreves.
That's not the way I thought you were going to go.
I know. Well, I can understand the confusion. But this sexy beast of a man starts being the pastor there. And so she is like enthralled by this guy, like really early into
Rhonda
it.
Or homegirl?
Homegirl.
Okay.
Yeah. So she ends up like falling for this guy. We'll talk more about it, but at the same time, this wonderful woman, Rhonda Smith, like came to the church shortly after she became super obsessed, and that all kind of plays together. So at some points, she says there's a few things that go kind of awry. So first, Rhonda comes into the church, and she is like a great singer. So they did on the show. I don't really know if she was a great singer. She's a great singer. She's funny. She's sweet. Yeah. She's nice. Everyone really likes her. The congregation like takes to her so quickly.
Yeah.
Because she's so fun and nice. And I hate to use this word, but like normal, just easy to talk to.
Yeah.
She's going through a lot of stuff in her life. She's having financial issues and she's struggling to really like pay for medication that she was on, and things were just kind of getting super hard for her. So at that time frame, you know, our girl, Mary Jane, is like, I have been going to this church forever.
Oh,
how is it that like this super attractive younger woman comes in and she's so easily supported and cared for by the same church members that she felt like had been ignoring her for years, and now this girl gets it all. So they say then that she starts like losing track of time and events. She couldn't account for portions of her day. She had issues like kind of recalling what had happened the week before everything happened. She said that there's blackouts, that she had called her psychiatrist thinking that maybe a cocktail of anxiety and depression medications would help, but he was on vacation that week, supposedly, of what happens here, right? And so she implies that like her life is a downward spiral, and Rhonda Smith goes to sexy pastor guy, and she's like,
that feels so bad when you say
what? I'm just saying. So she goes to the pastor and she like just, you know, tells him everything. Well, then the congregation comes together and they raise money for her.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they really like have her back. And apparently too, like there's some issue with, I think she was also jealous of her apartment. And she felt like, I don't know, she was
She
just
got fixated on this bitch.
yeah, she really did. She really did. So, Fonder said that she went to her church choir practice. Oh, I'm gonna jump back in. There's some other stuff, and I think I'm about to walk right into it. So I'm gonna be calm and patient as I walk through the door of this
facial
story.
expressions are so animated today. I love it.
Homegirl, that means my Botox must be wearing off, and I need to get more.
I meant from the eyebrows down.
Okay. So she went to church choir practice, as one does in the evening. And as she left, Pastor Gregory Shreves ran past her toward the front door as if she believed he was trying to avoid her. She called out to him and even joked that he should slow down because he will still he has still been sick with a head cold, but like he didn't respond. So the guy like apparently left. So she said that she was super hurt by it and confused. And that, you know, really she thought he was like the only friend that she had. But she went to her car and looked up and saw lights on in the upstairs church room, along with a number of cars parked in the lot. So she thought it was a birthday party for Smith, yet another social event she was not invited to.
No.
Who fucking knows if any of that, none of that was like portrayed in the show. So I kind of ponder a little bit about it. Like, did these things really happen? But some things that did happen that were very, very odd is that as she gets like more obsessed with sexy Pastor Man. The guy who played him in the show was pretty hot. Him in real life looks like a wholesome man. So she would actually, if you're ready for this one.
Okay.
Number one, she would like call him multiple times, leave like long rambling voicemails on his phone, which that would be.
I want to hear those.
So weird.
I want to hear them.
Oh my God. I'm cringing over the thought of it already.
Yeah, you cringy stuff. You don't care for. It makes you uncomfortable watching.
Yes.
That's why you don't like The Office.
Yes. Socially awkward moments make me want to
It makes
evaporate.
you uncomfortable.
Yes.
Just watching.
Yes.
But I want to hear it. Yeah, I got to hear that.
Yeah. Well, then, are you ready for this one?
I was born ready.
She starts putting food in his kitchen without his knowledge and or consent. So basically, she would break into his home and put groceries in his kitchen.
Wow.
In the show, they say how he like wouldn't eat it and he wouldn't give it away because he just didn't trust it.
Well, yeah.
And that, I bet that was hard because I hate food waste. You know how I feel about it. I'm such a millennial about food waste.
If anyone wants to break in and leave me food that is not tainted.
Well, imagine the pastor. Like he knows there's so many like mouths to feed and how many people would need that help. And it's like, I have to throw it away because this psycho wing nut is like, how the fuck did she get in the house? Why don't people lock their doors?
I mean,
question. Speaking of not locking their doors, Betty got out today and she came to the front door.
Well, at least she came back.
I had the garage door just cracked a hair.
Betty
apparently.
the dog.
Yes, Betty the dog, not the child. Our 3-year-old got out.
3-year-old got out. She came front door though. It's fine. She only had a sawed-off shotgun, no shoes on, just bibbed overalls. Came right up to the door and said, "Let me in, Mama."
I don't know where to go from here.
You don't know where to go.
No.
Onward with your story.
Oh my God, that was a treat.
Was it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a drink while you keep proceed.
Okay. So anywhozer, on January 23rd, 2008, 42-year-old Rhonda Smith, she was volunteering in the office at the Trinity Evangelical. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. Lutheran Church in Springfield Township, Pennsylvania. So basically what happens is she is super infatuated with this pastor at her church, and this beautiful 42-year-old Rhonda Smith, right? She comes along, apparently loves her. She's kind and sweet and all that good shit. And because she was struggling financially, she had asked to volunteer at the church. And so she was the one answering the phone whenever anyone would call in. So she answered the phone when Mary Jane called. Oh. And she lost her fucking mind. I've lost my marbles. And that's pretty much what happened. So what she does is she walks into the office. She shoots her once in like the face area and it like knocks her back. But then she slowly walks around the table, the desk, and shoots her right in her head.
What?
And kills her.
She went from leaving food to that?
Yes. So according to police and prosecutors, Fonder had called the church on the day of the murder and had discovered that Smith was going to be there alone that day. And she often, like I told you that she would wear that wig. Well, she would keep an appointment to have her natural hair washed and styled, which apparently is a thing.
wig?
Yes. I don't know. That's a weird one. But apparently she kept that appointment and went to it right after killing that girl.
What? Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah. So she was arrested on April 1st. So that's what? January 23rd, April 1st is when she was arrested. Some weeks after, a fisherman found a .38 caliber revolver on the shore of Lake Nakamixon. And during the police questioning, she had already admitted that she did have that registered gun, which was the same caliber that had killed Smith. She claimed that she had thrown it in the lake in 94.
Oh.
Though she had given like the police two different reasons for doing it. And so it already felt like she had kind of like lost her mind and it was like, wait, you threw your gun into the river 6 years ago or
For
20 years ago for like what reason?
Yeah.
15. I can't do math right now. Who fucking cares? Somebody else grab a calculator.
This is
do
not a math podcast.
Yeah. Thank God. I would not be a part of it. No. And so of course they find the gun and they're like, well, it obviously hasn't been in the water for insert however many years that was.
For a long time.
Yeah. And so they began the trial October 21st, and they argue that Fonder, a member of the Trinity Evangelical Lutheran Church for 14 years, was jealous of a new member, Smith, who had received sympathetic attention, some financial assistance from the church's pastor and their congregants. Her defense attorney told the court that his client was not present at the scene of the crime and that she didn't shoot her. And they argued that Smith's death might have been suicide or a homicide committed by a jealous wife or a lover. During the closing arguments, Fonder's attorney told the jury that Mary Jane's brother, Edward Fonder, was also a likely suspect, pointing that he had hired a lawyer after finding the bullet fragments in his car and notifying police. So I guess she'd used her brother. Anyway, so even though they have all these different leads, which isn't really any, on October 30th in 2008, they found her guilty of first-degree murder and possession of an instrument of crime. On December 5th, 2008, she was sentenced to serve life in prison. After her sentencing hearing, though, she made the following statement. I did not kill Rhonda Smith. I thought she was a lovely girl, and I certainly wasn't jealous of this woman for any reason. I'm so sorry she's gone, but in the same respect, I will be gone too. I'm the second person in the church to be murdered by the system.
What? Whoa.
Now, in February of 2010, she drops her appeal of the conviction.
She's like, just kidding, I did it? What?
I mean, to a degree, right?
Okay.
So let me swing back through. Okay, so she keeps saying that like she wasn't jealous of Smith, though she believes the pastor was actually interested in her and that they were going to have a romantic relationship. And so a lot of the moments that they had together, she thought it was flirtation. And so she said that whenever he would walk into the room, he would always look around to see if she was there. And she thought that that meant that he was interested, not that he was looking around because he didn't want to be in the same room as her. But Shreves has denied any romantic interest or involvement with either woman. He even notified church leadership that he felt Fonder was becoming obsessed with him. She was asked to leave the church, but never did. On Sunday mornings, Fonder was tolerated at Trinity, where church members likely found her to be too chatty, too nosy, too eager, and just downright annoying. So now if we insert her into prison, she is one of the older inmates. She really just spends her time talking to other women. She still studies the Bible. Like she does crossword puzzles, all that. She sees a therapist, and really, I guess she had really kind of like worked on herself. Oh, I want to go back to when did he become a doctor? Gregory Shreves.
Okay.
So he said, after talking about all of this, he goes, I'll never be the same person. I will always be a different person in some ways, said Shreves. I'm trying to be more attentive to look for signs of needfulness in individuals. And he said it also taught his congregation a little more about their faith. We've learned a great deal about forgiveness and how difficult and messy that can be. And I've learned that God's grace will always overcome evil and tragedy.
Sounds like a good man.
Yeah. Well, and then he says this, Rhonda asked for help. Mary Jane didn't. If she had asked for help, we would have given it to her, said Shreves, who noted Fonder never discussed any blackouts or any need for like psychiatric medications that she said that she was taking. He goes, when people have a need and let it be known, then we respond. He said, I know Mary Jane struggled, and I also asked her if we could help and what we could do, and she never let me know that she needed anything. That's the best we can do.
Wow.
Yeah. Yes.
He has to feel kind of guilty too, even though she didn't ask. And he tried to help her.
Yeah.
It sounds like he tried to help her. And
the thought, imagine like being here and like someone becomes just obsessed with you. Like, what if a friend got obsessed with you and they were like, I'm going to take out Brooklyn but I actually am your best friend. I'll kill somebody. But like, I don't know, that's just, yeah. Like they weren't having an affair. There was nothing illicit to it. Yeah. She just got so obsessed with him and jealous, and she created this whole freaking concept in her head. Yeah. She got fixated on it and kept going. Yeah. Sounds like. Yeah. So where's she at now? Oh, sorry. That's okay. Unfortunately, she passed away. So she was trying to like make amends. I think what happened here in one of the sections, like Fonder, Smith had struggled with depression and was hoping to start a new life. Yet Smith represented all that Fonder could not obtain, like being gorgeous and great. She wrestles with Smith's murder. Fonder said that she's trying to make things right where she can. She said she didn't dare contact Smith's parents for fear of upsetting them, but she wrote her first letter to Pastor Shreves in December, apologizing for hurting him and asking him for his forgiveness. He got the letter, but he said he refused to read it. He goes, I have to move on, said the pastor. I just had to draw a boundary and say I'm not going to deal with it anymore. Now Rhonda's father, Jim, hopes it's a letter he'll never receive. I wouldn't want something like that. If there's any forgiveness, it's just between her and God. Fonder also sought forgiveness from God and said that she's looking forward to seeing Rhonda Smith again one day. She believes that they will meet again in heaven. On June 4th, 2018, she passed away from a heart attack at the State Correctional Institution, Muncie in Lycoming County, Pennsylvania.
How old was she?
I don't know. Why are you asking me math, man?
I just want to know. I'm just curious.
2018.
She looked,
What is 2018 minus 1942?
The answer is 76.
Whoa.
She was 76. Yeah, so she lived a long one.
Yeah. Wow. It would kill me not to read that letter.
Oh.
There's no, I mean, I get it. Boundaries. I get it. But there's no way I would be able to have a letter from any human and just sit there and be like, I'm not going to read that.
Oh my God, no.
I'm too nosy. You know that. Hell
no, I could never do that. I mean, I guess that's, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I mean, I couldn't imagine that. I don't know. I feel like pastors, you know, they just have a different level of consciousness than I do. I like sense of service that I don't have. Yeah. And so the thought of someone being murdered because of me, I could have done more. I should have definitely kicked her out of the church. I should have called and had a police report whenever she broke into my house and put like, yeah. And then in your mind, you're like, well, she's just a crazy older lady and she's, you know, she's just trying to be nice. I don't want her to feel horrible, but like this has got to stop. I feel uncomfortable. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it.
I don't know either. I'm just too nosy not to read a letter.
I would 100% read the letter.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully nothing happens where we get a letter and I'm like, I have to read this letter now. Because I just like skim so hard. I'd be like, I read one full sentence of it and now I'm
My friend got enraged. A letter from a Jehovah's Witness, like a handwritten in the mail. And she's like, I guess they don't go to your house anymore. COVID literally changed everything, I guess. She sent me a snap of it.
Okay.
Like a handwritten letter.
That just a little bit.
Well,
Let's act like it's a Christmas present and you unwrap it.
They, like I'm angrily eating chicken, or what did you say earlier? What was it? The way that girl was eating chicken? Aggressively. They judged her harshly for eating chicken or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It's just the way that
I didn't memorize it.
Anyway, my friend Amanda got a letter in the mail from a Jehovah's Witness that apparently didn't knock on her door but wrote her a letter.
What did the letter say though?
I didn't get to read it. It was
oh my
snap.
God, don't tell me that there's a letter that
was basically
written?
like come to the JW, like come over to the Jehovah's Witness side of life of the track. And they didn't go to the door.
Like,
remember they used to knock on the door all the time?
And then they would just like
you'd be like, know what?
Sit down and
do you remember
open it?
Do you remember
like,
chain letters?
God.
Do you remember those when we were younger?
Yes.
It was like send this to 4 people. Did you ever have a pen pal? Did we talk about this?
Okay, you're coming in hot with a lot of stuff.
What? I just want to know if you ever had a pen pal.
Of course I had a pen pal.
Where were they?
In France.
Really?
For my French class.
Oui. What was his name? Her name?
I don't fucking know. How would I know that? I don't know.
I don't want to bring her on the podcast.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't remember mine either. I had one also.
My God, I don't remember no, I don't remember teachers that I had for a plethora of years, let alone somebody I wrote 5 fucking
How was your family? Here's my school picture. Like, think about doing that now.
Ugh. No thanks.
Let's
We just
bring
send
back
voice
adult
memos. Oh my God. Let's talk about how funny it is when guys who are trying to hit on you send voice memos.
That's a thing.
Voice note. Oh my God.
What do you mean? What does it just say? Hey, girl. What, like?
Oh my God. So many weird.
Just them breathing. What is?
I sent you like 800 whenever I was single, and people would be like,
Yeah. Let me see them.
"Hey, I
girl.
just."
Let me see the feet.
You look like you'd have pretty feet.
What did he say? What was the feet guy? What did he say? Oh my God.
He just said you look like you'd have pretty feet.
And now he
Can
said,
you
let
send
me see
photos?
them feet. Let me see
Let
them
me
feet.
see those feet.
That's what he said.
And I'd pay for it.
He did. And then I Venmo requested you a quarter and said, let me see them feet.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a real good time of my life. I'm glad that we remember it.
Man, we could have been making a lot of money during COVID.
That's disgusting.
On your hooves. What?
But anyway, I just think it's any guys out there,
All of a
all
sudden I
4
just
of
start
you that
asking for your
listen to our
socks.
fucking
so I could
shut
sell them
up.
online.
Ew. Anyway,
listen.
I was just saying, it's just such a weird thing to do.
to do voice memos.
Yes. So I don't want to throw anyone out there, but like,
Yuck, anyone's yum.
I know. No, I will totally yuck your yum. That's real weird, people. Know the person a little bit more before you be throwing your voice all up in their shit. I hate that because then you always feel obligated to respond back in a voice. No. And it's always people who you don't know, who you're not trying to talk to.
Yeah.
It's so weird. It's never the sexy guy who's normal and safe and secure.
Yeah.
It's
Because then you
always
wouldn't
the
think of it
weirdo.
as weird, though, if it was some hot guy that was like, hey, girl, you know?
Yeah. I'd be like, how many people did you send that to? Fucking Clayton.
Clayton.
Random name who doesn't sound hot.
Clayton. Sounds like he's here to do your taxes.
Oh, you know my type. Anywho.
Yes. Okay.
Let's
Good
talk
job.
about. Thanks. We had beverages that we forgot to actually like really unpack. We talked about them.
And I'm over here chugging it because it's the Sahara Desert in here.
Yeah. So I had the Stella Peach, you guys, and it is such a delicious treat. Number one, I had mentioned it before. These are the appropriate size bottles. They are glass though, so that could be a bummer for your time on the beach. I don't know, Heather. You don't know where our fans are from. But it does twist back on. So if you are a pussy and you can't finish the whole baby bottle, you can screw the lid back on. But it is a tasty, delicious treat.
They are good.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
Yeah. And then
I'm pretty
I had
buzzed
the
up, and I only had like
Moscato,
3.
and then I
Ew.
got another one during her story for sport, the Stella Pink.
Stella Pink.
I'm going to whoop her ass.
Try me.
What? You're really like feeling this
Whispering into this mic.
microphone.
I'm
You're
loving
feeling
it, 'cause
You're
you can whisper, and I feel like it's
going to
be so much better.
You keep getting into the microphone and making
Well,
this
because
weird
that's
eye
what Chad
contact.
said. Chad was like, get to the mic. He goes, you need to have it right up on your muzzle.
Muzzle. Your weenie washer. That's the best.
Oh, that's good shit.
That is.
Okay.
All right. Well, now I need to rearrange so I can talk amongst yourself. I got to scooch.
Okay. Well, can I have another drink? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is there something else you want me to drink?
That's why I brought them. Huh?
Is there something else you
That
want me to drink?
red. I want the Prosecco. So you take the red one. Even though there's only 4 in there, you saw it.
I am a thought.
There's only 4. Seth. I was like, Okay.
Okay, I have
We're
officially.
so
let me know when you're
professional on
ready.
this. Okay.
Are we actually? Is this still on the?
This is, I mean,
But I've got to
knows?
tell you something serious.
You want something serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought you a super thoughtful Christmas gift back
Okay.
in October.
Yes.
I've ripped my house apart. And
You
I
can't find
fucking
it?
find it.
God damn it.
I hate it's and it's small.
You'll find it in like a year and you'll be like, remember? When
I'm
I
gonna
did
be
this?
so annoyed because it's like if I find fuck, man. It was one of those where you're like,
Proud of yourself.
yeah.
I know. You told me you were.
I mean, I guess I could order it again, but that sounds dumb.
I mean, I think it sounds good.
No, because then I'll find it. Yeah, I probably will.
So hot. I'm literally like struggling.
I bet my sweat belt is activated.
I don't even have one on, and I feel like I do.
I get that.
Oh, see, I can already feel it. There's about to be a thunderstorm from all this like temperature differences.
I was like, what?
Oh my God! Yes, that's the stuff. Okay,
Oh,
well,
my
now you're
sweatshirt back
sitting. Now you're sitting in the fucking hallway.
Titty. Do you like my stance because I have to spread eagle
Well,
on
I
this
can't
fucking?
see. It kind of looks like you're standing up and you're just really short.
Okay, I hear that. I mean, I am.
Yeah.
But no, to get my mic inside of my weenie washer. I have to straddle this because this is a delightful setup, it was not made for podcast topics like this. It's meant for one DJ.
One DJ.
Or content creator.
What audio for this audio project?
project.
Are you looking for your chapstick?
Yeah. Do you know where it's at?
No.
Do you have chapstick?
In my purse.
Which is right here in my face.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of quarters in there. We played a quarters game last night. I won a bunch.
Oh, okay. Ooh, I want that.
What? What are you doing? Get out of my purse.
One of your treats.
What treat did you get?
I just got your chapstick.
Oh, okay. Got it. I knew what you meant.
And then I just tried
But
the
thank
Rosso.
you.
Stella Rosso.
Rosso.
Is the one I got, which is the red one. Because now I'm on my
Oh, is that
second
what it's
drink.
called?
Huh?
Well, I'm still doing Stella Pink.
Ooh.
My colors are blush and bashful. What?
That made me happy. You were on your A game today.
What,
I
am I?
feel like you.
Why? You think so?
I feel like you have funny sprinkled all over you today.
Oh my God. You know what? My mustache is sweating. It is.
Whoa.
I'm still.
I had to
I'm
literally
trying
put
to
my
cool
sweatshirt
down.
on.
Fuck.
I get it. I
Running
understand.
hot.
Yeah.
Running hot. It's probably because my hair's so dirty. I haven't washed it in 5
That's
days.
super possible.
It's like holding all the heat in.
Should we talk about, because by the time I get back from West Virginia, it will be on the final countdown.
Of what? Final countdown of what? Oh. I told you she was gonna get singing, y'all.
Yeah, it's my faves.
What do you?
Of the Christmas party. Okay, for anyone who was not invited, who feels like you should have been invited, my apologies. It was a very small group because I don't feel like spending that much money on a Christmas party. So, any hooser, in order to come, you have to dress like your favorite Christmas character.
Oh, yeah.
And Heather and I are.
What? I don't remember what they're called.
Wow.
Heat Miser's mine.
And I'm the Snow Miser.
Yeah.
From the Year Without a Santa Claus. And I'm so pumped.
Yeah.
I'm so
Are
pumped.
you gonna do the nose?
No.
God damn it! I knew you weren't going to.
Of course I'm not going to do the nose.
Why? Just for
We're
one
in like
photo.
a heated
One
situation.
photo.
You buy it and I'll
One
wear
pho-
it. I'm already at $1 million on
Okay,
this.
so if I buy a nose, a snoot,
yes.
you will wear it for a photo.
Yes, I will.
Okay, because I want to get the red one.
Okay.
So and then I gotta do my makeup.
Yeah.
Like hymns. Like hymns.
Uh-huh.
Woo.
Just like hams.
Just like hymns.
Just like hams.
Well, it's fine. I'm
It's
gonna
gonna be
raise
real
carp,
nice.
like you said.
Yeah.
Yep.
All the
Wild
carps.
carp.
And then
raised.
I love that our Boo Bears are doing matching costumes because our lives are cute.
Yeah, that
Aren't
is
they?
really funny.
They are so cute.
I hate.
They're going to be the
Blue
wet
Bear, but
bandits.
Other than that,
They're going to be the wet bandits from Home Alone.
that's gonna be really funny.
Yeah, I'm already pre-planning next year's costume.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's just fun. I just think it's such a funny theme. Like, no one ever dresses up. I mean, besides Heather Terry and Will Terry.
I'm like, whoa.
They dress up all the time.
Fighting words.
But like, I've never been invited to anything where I had to dress up in a Christmas character. So
Not
that's
in a
what I think is
Christmas
exciting.
character, no.
That's what I'm
Normally
saying,
it's
you
like
know?
ugly sweater,
Yeah.
which I bought 2 more.
Shocking.
Now I have, it's just shocking. Now I have like 15, 20. 20. I think I have 20, probably.
I have 2 graphic tees and you bought one of them.
And I gave you my old Dolly sweater. Okay. I need to tell my story.
Do it.
I just thought about that.
I'm going to sit back. So hopefully I'm going to talk louder because I cannot keep
What?
dry humping this desk.
What
the
are
way
you
that
talking about?
Ooh, barracuda. I just want to sit like,
You just want to let your balls breathe?
yeah.
That's,
I mean,
you're just
bro.
going to hold it like a crooner?
A crooner.
Yeah.
No, I just, I don't have a fancy one that's all up in my mouth that I get to move like yours.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to sit in that seat next time.
Yeah, you'll sit over here next time. You'll sit over here next time. I'm finally calmed down, so that's good.
Good. Good for you.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. Do you? Hopefully, you don't know the story. This is Elisa McNabney and the murder of the Marlboro Man, Larry McNabney. Have you heard of this at all?
No, not that I know of.
Wonderful.
Off the top of my head, no.
No.
Nope.
Good. Wikipedia, because the day that I don't use Wikipedia or Murderpedia, there's no way we could even do this podcast without it.
That and allthat'sinteresting.com.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Love that one.
And Ranker.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Also, Deadly Wives Season 1, Episode 3, if you guys want to actually, I basically tell the story that they told on the show.
Yeah.
And you can just go back and if you want to see the visuals, because the reenactments are pretty funny. They're pretty bad. It was filmed a while back. They're pretty bad. Like dramatic, like the ones that we want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Reno, Nevada, Larry McNabney was hugely popular personal injury attorney, and his ads were like everywhere. And I need you to.
Was he the Hammer?
Yes, basically yes. Google him real quick though.
Oh, sorry,
because his nickname
for
was
once trying to give my absolute undivided attention.
I know, I love that.
One more time, the name?
Larry McNabney, and he was nicknamed the Marlboro Man. And because his picture, like, I want you to picture this while I'm talking about him. He was cute, and like he would walk horses, and he dressed like a cowboy, and in his commercials he would walk horses and stuff. And
I always hate when you tell me to look them up because then it's like so hard to not read
don't
everything.
look, just do photos.
All right.
Do you think he's cute?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got some 1990s dad vibes.
100%. So he dressed like a cowboy. He had horses in his commercials, and then everybody really liked him. But everybody knew who he was because they were on all the time. It is like in the Midwest, the Hammer. What's his? I don't even know his real name because it's the Hammer.
I don't.
Yeah,
care.
Nobody knows. He owns every
I would
billboard
never
in the
use
state
him
of Indiana.
because he uses so many billboards.
Yeah, it's annoying. Though he was charming and he was very flashy and he was loaded and he made sure everybody knew it. He was a banging ass lawyer though, so it backed up everything that he said on TV. But what a lot of people didn't know, only the people that worked with him and were kind of close to him, is that he suffered with bouts of depression and he was a huge alcoholic. Like he had a huge problem with wine.
Oh my God, don't tell me that. That always makes me so nervous. Huge problem. Like he would just disappear for days and weeks and nobody would know where he was at all. So like he was really good at his job, but he would just disappear. Then he would show back up to work and apologize and act right for a little bit. And they'd be like, oh yeah, he's good again. And then it would be a big cycle and he would do it all over. That's depressing.
Yeah. So by 1998, he had gone to rehab and then things actually started looking up for him. And that's when he met Cheryl. They were together for 7 years. His office was good. His life was good. And then he decided to open up a satellite office in Vegas because everything was going well and he was actually like calming down.
Good thing he chooses Vegas.
Right. I know.
I have a drinking problem. Let's open it up in Vegas.
Yeah. I know. He started hiring for that. And that's when Elisa Barash walked into his office.
No.
And then his life would never be the same ever again. She was 29 at the time and he was 46. She basically walked in and charmed the pants off of him with like her. She was really pretty, but then she also said she had an MBA. She was a really hard worker. She was going to run the office and get it off the ground. And she also had an IQ of 140. So
these were just things she said, or her CV showed that?
Said.
Okay.
Yes. So she seemed perfect though for a startup office, and he was really fucking excited about her.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah. Like, but she never talked about her past. Even like her coworkers and everything said they never knew where she was from. She had any siblings, anything. Like she kept it that way. Like she just wanted them to know how smart she was and how hard of a worker she was now. And then she would kind of divert. One of the things I read said her dad was like Cuban royalty. But like she had nothing to back it up. It was weird. Like that was the story that she told.
Was she Anna Sorokin? God,
I know, it was really weird. So it didn't take her long to get this power over Larry. Obviously, then she had a meeting out of the palm of her hand, and I think you see where I'm going with this, right?
No, what happens next?
It only took 1 week after she started working there, and she got promoted to be the office manager.
Are you fucking kidding me?
1 week.
Man, if all we have to do is lay on our back and moan, we should be running a lot of shit.
Just saying.
I'm just saying. Man, those women
bitch.
lying about it. I had to go to school, pay debt.
This bitch said. But obviously not long after that, he broke up with Cheryl. So Cheryl stayed in Vegas for a couple months in their house. Or in Reno in their house, and then she ended up leaving, and then he stayed in Vegas. Elisa took control over all of his business matters, and then they moved in together real quick. Shocker. When Elisa Barrage met Larry McNabney, between the two of them,
I like the last name McNabney.
Yeah.
It sounds like cute.
Like if someone's gonna steal something from McDonald's, they got McNabbed.
That's funny. That was a funny one.
Okay, so everything seems good, right, for Larry and Elisa, but then clients started calling about missing money from their accounts. Like whenever they would sue someone and they would all the money from the insurance would get put into a trust.
Oh my God.
The checks were supposed to get cut and sent to the clients. That wasn't happening.
It's hot when you know stuff like this, Heather.
What?
Tell me more about it. Tell me more about the legal situation.
Shut up. So Larry hired a CPA to audit everything because obviously that there was something wrong. Come to find out, Elisa embezzled over $250,000 directly from the business.
Good for her.
Yeah, and obviously
I only said that because he's a fucking idiot. Guys, if there's somehow a 47-year-old male listening to this podcast,
there's like
first, if you didn't know you were gay, you are. I feel like true crime podcasts are very much women and gays. I say that with love and respect.
Some dudes like it too, though.
I don't know any guy that I have talked to about it has all thought that we're...
Will's embraced it, but he kind of got it shoved down his throat from me, though. I mean, he embraced it like he'll watch shit with me now.
Yeah, Travis will too, but it's like, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. So...
Anyway, but if there's a 20-something girl that likes you, she doesn't really like you. She likes your money. I've whispered a lot.
He's kind of cute. Yeah, because you like that mic.
It's because I feel like you can actually
Larry is cute, though. I'm just saying.
He is cute.
In my 20s, I think I would be like, okay.
Yeah, but would his money have nothing to do with it?
I mean, it would have a lot to do with it.
100%.
A lot to do with it, too. Okay. Obviously, he had to fire her, right? To save his practice. She was taking all the money out of it. And it was a new practice.
Yeah.
But guess what he did?
He decides to embezzle.
No, he proposed to her.
Okay. Okay. And he knew it was her?
100%.
Why?
He proposed to her. He
Why?
didn't want to lose her.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I swear. I saw that and I'm like, what? His ex-wife was being interviewed on the show and she said, what the fuck? Like, no. So in March of 1998, they closed the Vegas office, packed up, and they moved to get a fresh start in Sacramento, California.
And they need a fresh start. Why?
Because all the
his
money.
Fiance
but
embezzled.
his law license, because he had to file for bankruptcy there.
Oh my God.
Law,
so he really lost his practice because of her.
Yeah, but his license was still good in California. So
what did she
they
do
went
with the
back
money?
They went. I mean,
she like gave it back because then it would have been fine.
No. She was supposed to pay back. She never did.
Oh my God.
Nope.
Was she hot?
Yeah. I mean, everybody talked about how hot she was.
Googles
her. Don't read about it though. Just do the
I'm
images.
not. Is it this bitch?
Yeah, that's them together. So, I mean, that's
okay. She's hotter in other photos.
Yeah, that's okay. Don't look too hard.
I'm not. I'm gonna guess she murders him. So I think it's okay.
Yeah, but I don't want you to read any of the other stuff because there's more stuff.
Oh my God, Heather.
But then they go to Sacramento. His law license is still good. She can work for him openly there, and they can be together, so it's okay. They started making bank, and Elisa was handling everything in the office, and like she was a lawyer. She was doing things like she was a lawyer, and she didn't even have a degree or anything. They bought an awesome house, and Elisa always wanted horses, so he bought her 2 really expensive show horses too.
Must be nice.
They started going to horse shows and like showing the horses. And then Larry had been sober for years, and then he started drinking wine again. And then like enjoying his life and putting work on the back burner. And Elisa basically ran everything for him at this point.
I can't believe that he trusted her to do that.
Yeah, I know. And Elisa started getting overwhelmed, so she hired Sarah Dutra. Sarah was a college student in her early 20s, and they instantly became best friends. They said that their personalities meshed really well, and they fed off of each other, and they were very codependent. But we don't know anything about that, so at all.
I can't relate.
No,
I cannot relate.
So weird. I don't know.
It's unfortunate that would happen for them.
They grew super close, and they were always together. They started going on shopping sprees and spending Larry's money, obviously, like crazy. And Sarah started going to horse shows with him, and it annoyed the piss out of Larry. Larry did not care for that. He didn't like how close they were and how much time they spent together. Elisa didn't give a shit.
I don't think she gave 2 fucks about anything.
No, she didn't care. She was having fun. She didn't give a shit about what he said. She's like, well, I don't care. We're best friends, and she's coming. So, and Elisa ended up having to hire another woman to help him run the office because her and Sarah were getting too busy. So they hired 25-year-old Ginger Miller. And she was on the show. She was all over that Deadly Wives show I watched. And a week later, Elisa and Larry, they traveled to a horse show that was out of town. And then they were at dinner, and Larry thought it was just them 2. And then Sarah walked in because Elisa flew her down to the horse show.
Shut up.
And then Larry got real mad. And he was already drinking wine at dinner, and they were all drunk, and he got real mad. And
did he get real mad?
He got real mad.
I would be... Could you imagine?
He got real mad.
That, like, Will and you are having a romantic, you flew somewhere, you're having a romantic dinner, he's paying for all of it. And then I just show up and I'm like, thanks for buying my flights.
Yeah. Well, it'd be what Will probably wouldn't care. I was like, but I mean, the fact that he said he didn't like her.
He should care.
I mean, yeah. If it was
real weird.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So
I'm just going to show up on their anniversary dinner next year. Hey guys. You said it wasn't weird, Heather. You tell me this wasn't weird.
I didn't know it was our anniversary. So Sarah and Larry got into it at the restaurant, and then Elisa got mad at Larry because he was cussing Sarah out. And then Sarah got mad and got on a plane and went back home. Larry told Elisa, he's like, I'm going to fire her. I'm tired of her shit. I'm firing her. And then Elisa got pissed off. She called Sarah and flew her back down.
Okay, so what kind of flying is this? Is this like a 2-hour flight?
I think it's a quick flight, but I don't know how.
Oh my God, I would never. Oh wait, is this pre 9/11?
Okay, it's really weird that you just said that. The next morning was 9/11.
That is so weird that I said that.
I know. You said that, and I'm like, do you know?
Because that's the only way. No, that's just how easy it is to fly before.
Well, just
smoke a cigarette and walk on the fucking plane.
Yeah, the next morning was 9/11, and this is probably why no one noticed when Elisa and Sarah took Larry right out the front lobby in a rented wheelchair because he was so ill after they checked out. Like, nobody even paid attention. No one saw him leave.
Of course.
The hotel. This was also the same day that Ginger was supposed to start work. So she waited in the parking lot for 2 hours. And then for someone to come down and get her, they were like, meet us in the parking lot. We'll come get you. Sarah showed up looking like she just rolled out of bed. Her shirt was all disheveled and she looked flustered. And Elisa showed up and she just said, hey, go sit there and answer the phones. And then Elisa showed up 2 hours later, told her Larry was golfing up north because she wanted to meet who Larry was, who she was supposed to talk to work for. So later that day, Ginger took a message from a pissed off medical supply company in LA. Like, that's where the horse show was. And this lady was calling and yelling at her about the wheelchair that they rented on the 10th that they never returned. And she was saying that she wanted money for it. And they were like, oh, we'll take care of it later. The girl started asking her to do things like they sold Larry's truck. She watched Sarah and Elisa forge signatures all the time. Shady chic razor. And then they were running the office like he was there, basically. Ginger had to move money around, lie about Larry's whereabouts. And then for 2 weeks, she does all this stuff just because she's new and she doesn't know any better. And then she's like, wait, what's happening? And then Elisa decided to put on a show because she could figure out that she was starting to question her. So she told Ginger, hey, Larry's in rehab. I couldn't take it anymore. The marriage is awful. And she said, and I quote, that she couldn't take the old man touching his loose skin because it made her sick. She's crying to this receptionist that she just hired 2 weeks prior.
So she married a hot dilf, if you will.
And then she's talking about his loose skin.
I mean, that's bound to happen to all of us, guys.
So
one day.
So this made Ginger feel sorry for her, so she kept helping because she's like, okay, well, she's in a bad marriage, whatever. Sarah and Elisa bought a new red Jaguar a little bit later.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Are they lesbians?
No.
Someone's going down on somebody.
No.
Somebody's got the munchies.
If I had a...
Someone's got the munchies. Someone's going to eat at the Y.
When you say the munchies, that you've
Scissor
always
queens.
said that...
They're having sex. No, I'm not believing this. Someone got drunk, offline, made out, a nipple was licked.
This. If this was us in a situation, we would buy like a car or some shit and go travel and buy things.
No, we wouldn't. We would wait the appropriate 18 months for nobody to think about it anymore.
But then we would buy shit, and that's not happening.
And I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Sis, I wouldn't do. I love you. I love you.
Yes.
But I would not go on a weird charade of murder and spending spree.
No.
Unless we were having sex. You need to understand that. I have lines.
You have lines?
That will not. I have boundaries.
Okay. Well,
there's only so much I'll do.
If heaven forbid anything happens to Will and then I bag me in a loose-skinned man, I'll spend all the money on my own. Because you don't want any of it.
Never mind.
No.
I'll go.
Nope.
I'll go.
You guys heard it
I'll
first.
make out with you whenever you're drunk.
Oh, my God. It's my body rejecting that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, shut up. Let me finish this.
Okay.
So The weeks went by, and then the creditors started calling daily, and then they just kept spending the money and going to horse shows and stuff. Finally, Elisa flipped her shit one day. They got a notice in the mail that Larry's law license expired and it needed to be renewed in California. They started yelling.
So how long has this been?
Just a couple months.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed that they've been able to like.
They just kept going. Like they told all these. I'll get to that. So they started yelling like, "What are we gonna do? We don't have Larry. We don't have no money, no Larry." They start throwing shit. Freaked Ginger out, and all the employees that were there. They were like, "What's happened? Like, what do you mean?" She finally realized Ginger was like, "Oh, well, I don't think he's been in rehab for 3 months." So it was 3 months. I forgot how long it was. This whole time, the 3 months, they just thought he was in rehab for his being a wino. Ginger decided that was the last straw, though, so she finally went to the cops and she told them everything. The cops were like, okay, cool. They interviewed her for a whole day, and then they didn't have enough information to get him yet.
Yeah.
So they had her to go back to work and pretend nothing happened. And she's 25 years old. I just couldn't imagine doing that when I was 25. Like,
oh my God, I feel like you're cooler in your 20s.
Yeah, but having to go and...
Oh, I mean, actually, like I was
pretend?
such a...
No.
Dude, you faked an orgasm. You could fake a conversation. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. You can do what you got to do.
This bitch. Okay.
I'm just saying.
That threw me off.
I can tell.
I know.
You got to keep looking, dodging around the mic to see what you're looking for.
I know.
That's what I was saying. It's a struggle. Like mics are fun, but we definitely need paper.
Yeah.
Lesson learned. We are not doing this.
Well, because I'll go cross-eyed if I stare at this. Okay. So the police started getting names of the clients, and then all of them, they were like, yeah, we haven't seen Larry in months, if they've even seen him at all. Like, they started calling the clients, and they're like, oh, come to think of it, I've never even met the Marlboro Man. And
why was he called the Marlboro Man?
Just because he dressed like a cowboy, had a mustache, and had horses in his.
And
that
he
was
smoked
his nickname.
cigarettes?
I mean, I assume.
That'd be so weird if he didn't.
Yeah, I assume so.
Okay.
So on January 11th in 2002, Elisa called Ginger, and she's like, hey, I need you to come in early because we're moving to Arizona.
Yeah. Casual.
Yep. So Ginger's like, well, I'm an informant, so I have to go. When she got there, Elisa was already packed up, and Sarah wasn't there at all because she said, help us move to Arizona, and then gets there, and Sarah's not there.
Sorry, was it the office or the house?
The office.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, so Ginger had to follow Elisa in separate cars through a horse trailer to help her load it up. And so she got to call the cops on the way because she was following. They loaded the trailer, and then whenever Ginger left, because that would still be scary too, because what if she just shoots you and leaves, because she don't need you anymore. And then Ginger left, called the cops. The cops went in the front. She took the Jaguar and sped out the back and got away.
Rock stars.
What?
Rock stars.
I thought you said gold stars. Uh-huh.
Okay, yep. They get a gold star.
But the bad part is that she had to leave the horse trailer behind. So it had everything about her past in it. Yes, the past that nobody knew about. So
dun dun dun.
Sarah was waiting at the airport in Sacramento. She was supposed to meet Elisa, and she never showed up. She said, oh, yeah, I'll buy you a ticket. Go to the airport.
Oh, no.
And then she got ghosted and was just waiting at the airport. So the cops went and picked Sarah up, and they're like, where the fuck is your friend? And she didn't know, and like, where's Larry? Where's Elisa? And she's like, oh, we're not that close. We just work together. And they're like, no, we know better than that. That'd be like us saying we're not friends.
Right.
And like anybody who knows. So a man.
Wait, people know we're friends? I've been trying to hide that for a while.
I know.
Keeping it low key.
I know, I guess.
You're definitely my side chick. Heather's face. She knows damn well I have one friend. Shut up.
A manhunt started for Elisa, and they started digging through the trailer, and they found her rap sheet. 114 pages long.
Oh my God, this is so tantalizing.
104. Like, what? Prior to Elisa McNabney, she had 38 names. Elisa Barrage was a woman who was living in Florida, and they were like, oh, we should probably go talk to her. When they got to her, they showed her a picture of the Elisa they thought they knew, and she goes, oh, that's Lauren Sims. She used to be my cellmate in prison 11 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Lauren grew up in a small town.
She did not look like a jailbird.
Lauren, who is Elisa. Yes.
You guys Google this bitch because she does not look like a jailbird.
Yeah. She grew up in Brooksfield, Florida. She was a straight A student. She got bored in high school. She couldn't sit still, they said, and she dropped out. She had a good home life, nothing crazy there, but she wanted out of that little town. So she ran away. She started stealing identities, credit cards, and shit like that. Like, as you do. She got arrested.
Leonardo DiCaprio in Come Find Me.
Right, I guess. I've never seen that. Then she got arrested for.
You need to watch that.
I do, I guess.
Yeah, I'll unfriend you.
She got arrested for like financial stuff and burglary. And then she went to prison for a while, and that's when she met the real Lisa. And then when she got out, she stole her identity. Then she headed out west, met Larry.
Why would you want to steal the identity of like a felon in prison?
Oh.
You know, it's like,
why would you drop out of high school when you're a straight A student and you're almost done? Like, she just, out of nowhere, she's just like, no, fuck this place, and leaves. Like, and then it starts going on crazy.
I don't know, because high school isn't that important.
Yeah, but like, all you gotta do is just stick it out a little longer, and then you can just leave anyway. I don't know.
I know,
There's no.
I hear you. I just don't.
Most things point to like going badly, and that did not. So she never even had a diploma. She didn't have like a high school diploma. She obviously didn't have a college degree. She didn't have an MBA, but she did have 140 IQ. So that was actually, yeah. So when she headed out west, she, in her travels, somehow, I didn't really dive into it too hard, but she had been divorced twice already when she met Larry. All the attorneys that worked with them were super impressed with her and thought she spoke like a lawyer. And they all told Larry, like, she's super smart. She didn't have any legal training. She was just that smart and picked up on it. So, okay, back to...
So she's kind of badass.
Yeah, she was a murderer.
She's terrible.
Yeah.
But
so, she's really smart.
Sort of badass.
Yeah. So, back to Larry's disappearance. So, 9/11, when they checked out, no one remembered seeing them leave. Wheeled them right out the front in a wheelchair. Two girls, guy that was sick in a wheelchair. No one saw. In February of 2002, some farm workers found part of a leg that had been dug up in a vineyard in Sacramento. And the cops determined that was Larry.
Oh.
They said he'd been kept preserved, though, somewhere before he was buried because he looked like he'd only been there like a month. So, because think September to February was the time frame between when he disappeared to.
Yeah, I was going to say, there ain't no way you're digging a hole in February. The ground's too deep, like too frozen.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not in California.
Yeah.
Wherever the fuck they were. I can't carry this storyline now.
They didn't have trauma to the body. The tox screen for the common poisons came back negative. So the cops brought Sarah back in, and because they still couldn't find Elisa at all. And then when they told Sarah that Larry was dead, she didn't act surprised at all. And because she was also 21 at this time. Like,
wow,
dumb.
she was only 21.
She was 21 years old. They were like, Larry said, she's like, oh, I'm super shocked. After they said, well, you didn't even act surprised. And she's like, oh, I'm devastated. Watching the interview was wild. So 3 weeks later, the Florida police found the Jaguar, because that's a casual car that people just drive around in. They found the Jaguar because a guy called the cops and said the lady that was staying with him stole his truck. They found the truck at a nearby beach, and when they were looking on the beach for her, she walked up to them and turned herself in. Like, she just said, oh, here, I'm the person you're looking for, and walked up to him.
Wow.
They took her in the video. They weren't even ready for her to confess yet. You could tell, because in the video she goes, well, I did it. I killed my husband. And the lady goes, whoa. Like, the cop was like, hang on a sec. Because I don't think they were expecting her just to be like, oh, I did it. And she was talking about it like she was telling them what she had for lunch that day. Like the way that she was saying it.
Wild.
She didn't act, yeah. She said that she and Sarah poisoned him using horse tranquilizers, because apparently when they transport the horses to the horse shows, they use that to calm them down.
Yeah.
Which I
it's
didn't
like
know.
you and Trixie Cat.
Yeah.
Puppy Benadryl.
Oh, yeah, she needs that. So remember, the last time they were all at dinner, Larry said that he was going to fire her best friend and she left. And then when Sarah came back, he disappeared. So when he passed out after dinner, and they put horse tranquilizer in his mouth, which paralyzed him. Didn't kill him, paralyzed him. They wheeled him out the front door, put him in the truck, and they put him in the back seat. But then he started to wake up when they were driving down the road. So Sarah had to jump on him and give him more horse tranquilizer. But like, think about it though, because his brain was still working. Mm-hmm. And he knew he was going to die, but he can't move. Like, he can't move any of his limbs. That would just be terrible. They drove.
I would just hope that I wasn't going to die. I don't know that you'd 100% know that you were going to die. It's your wife.
If
it's two women and you're a male and you have all the money and you're the means of the end for the, like, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily like be tossing it out there assuming that.
I don't know. They drove him over 380 miles to Sacramento, but they took a detour to Yosemite National Park on their way. They started digging, and Larry was still alive in the truck.
Oh my God.
They started digging at the park, and then they were like, oh, this is too inhumane. So they put him back in the truck, and they go to Sacramento. They went to the house, and for some reason, and she's so weird when she was talking about this, she bathed him and then they went to sleep. And then
Maybe he poop-seed himself.
I don't know. She said she thought it was the right thing to do. Then they woke up. He was dead. That's what she said anyway. And they can't prove otherwise. They had a wine fridge in their garage, and they took the wine out and put Larry in there, and he was in there for 3 months and pretended he was alive that whole time.
So wait, how did he die? Overdosing of the trank?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they think. So one day, Elisa got up. She's like, okay, today's the day. She put Larry in the car. She drove to the vineyard that was 15 miles from their house and buried him there. She said he loved wine, so she wanted to put him there. Like, how fucking sweet,
dude,
bitch.
You murdered him.
I know. She acted like she was doing him a service on the interview.
I'm sure,
it's really creepy.
Because she's a psycho.
Yeah, y'all watch that season 1, episode 3 of Deadly
Wives. Season 1, episode. One more time.
Season 1, episode 3.
Okay.
Yes.
Heather dug real deep in there to find
Well, I was this one just caught my eye. Right? Yeah. Elisa acted like she got caught up in the moment when she was talking to him, but the cops knew that she came up with they thought she came up with the plan the second that she met Sarah, and they started clicking. They thought she just used her and she didn't really care about her at the end of the day. Yeah.
Wow, legitimate narcissist.
Yep. On March 30th, 2002, Elisa was found hanging from bed sheets in her jail cell when she was waiting trial. So she never even went to trial. She killed herself.
What happened to Sarah?
Her confession tape was deemed inadmissible, though, during Sarah Dutra's trial. So she only got voluntary manslaughter because they didn't have enough hard evidence to convict her of anything heavier than that. So she served 8.5 years and was released in 2011. So she wasn't even 30 yet when she got out. And that is a fucked up story.
That is a fucked up
of the murder
story.
of the Marlboro Man, Larry McNabney.
It's a bummer bear.
I know.
Mostly because bitch pussyfooted her way out.
Yeah, that part, when they said that at the end, and that was in the last like 30 seconds of the episode too.
Yeah.
They did, and I was like, oh, I wonder what she's going to get, how long. And because she said, I'm prepared to pay that. Like, no wonder she was prepared to pay the price. She was going to kill herself anyway. Like she, in the interview when she confessed, she was like, I'm ready for the electric chair. Or I know I have to pay the consequences. I did it and I know I have to pay for it. Yeah. And then she killed herself. So, bitch.
Brutal.
Yeah, I know. And she didn't even, I like to look at the home life, and she didn't even have a bad one. Nothing. She just went out of her small town and then decided to do that. And she, with an IQ like that, she could have done anything.
That's crazy.
I know.
Huh.
Yep. Well, that's it. That's all I got.
All right. Well.
Yeah, I know.
Hulu has some great episodes.
Oh my
great
gosh,
shows.
yeah.
Southern Gothic is really good.
Is it?
Yeah, I really
think
enjoyed
I watched
that
a
one.
couple on there.
So yeah, that was a fucked up story.
Yeah, it really was. That
I had shitty wigs and a crazy lady.
Y'all need to Google
You know,
these
her
bitches, though.
attorney
What?
had said that she was like the aunt that you didn't want to sit next to during your Thanksgiving dinner. That's what her lawyer said.
Whoa.
About her.
It's bad because they're being paid to hang out with you.
Yeah, a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, luckily we're not masterminds of criminal mischief.
Criminal mischief.
Or just wing nuts.
Yeah.
And weirdos.
I know. Google these bitches, though, for real.
Yeah. Okay. So that means we don't know when our next episode is because we were supposed to take off next week.
Yep.
This was supposed to be for November 8th, and now it looks like this is for December 8th, and it looks like this is for December 1st. December fucking A. You guys know what I'm saying? December 1st. So I don't know, because I don't know how I will possibly pull off the next one.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We will, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So just bear with us as we enjoy our holiday season like you do.
Yes,
and we hope you
review.
like our setup.
Our
and how
newfound
good-
sound.
Yeah.
Newfound sound.
It makes me want to take everything so much more seriously.
We need to do a video because every time it's just funny watching.
I'm glad I'm entertaining.
You look
Makes me
so
feel good.
satisfied about it.
I always am. I'm always satisfied.
Yeah. Well.
Except for when I'm hungry.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, we love you guys.
Rate, review, subscribe.
Yeah.
Check you later.
Theodore, can I pet that dog?